Car 31 Muroya, you're cleared into the tracks.
Years have passed since the World Championship air race has ended, and a new series of air race was scheduled last year. However, the event was postponed due to various reasons, such as the pandemic and the worldwide instabilities. The very first Asian air race world champion, Yoshihide Muroya, and his fellow air race pilots, Matt Hall, Pete McLeod, came up with the thought of not just waiting for the start of a race series prepared by someone else, but the pilots and the teams should unite and take action to restart a new air race series in their own hands. Therefore, we would like to announce the concept of holding a new air race series for the fall of 2023 and the circumstances that led to it. Please welcome our air race pilots, Yoshihide Muroya, Matt Hall, Pete McLeod. どうぞ皆様、大きな拍手でお迎えください。よろしくお願いいたします。
よろしくお願いします。
それでは室谷選手よりまずはご挨拶をお願いいたします。
はい、レクサスパスファインダーエアレーシングパイロット室谷義秀です。よろしくお願いいたします。
どうぞよろしくお願いいたします。そしてリモートでつながっておりますこのお二方にも、はい、ご挨拶をしていただきたいと思います。はい、リモート映像に映りました。Thank you very much for joining us today. Hello, Matt, Pete. So, マットさんからまずは自己紹介していただきましょう。
Hi everyone, it's great to finally be talking air race again. I'm Matt Hall from Australia, and I started racing with Yoshi and Pete back in 2009, and really looking forward to getting back into it again.
Hello everyone, and glad to be here. I'm Pete McLeod from Canada, and looking forward to speaking with you tonight and air race. Great to be talking about it.
ありがとうございます。さて室谷さん、
はい、
世界のトップパイロットの3人がこうして集い、エアレースイズバック、めちゃめちゃ気になるキーワードがあったんですけれども、エアレース帰ってくるんですか？
そうですね、僕らの手でこう取り戻そうということで、現在のワールドチャンピオン、マットにもう持ってかれてますけれどもね、はい、
おっしゃってましたね、先ほど。
こうチャンピオンたち集まって、我々2009年から一緒にデビューをして、その前の年から一緒にトレーニングしてきた仲間でもありライバルでもあり、もう15年ぐらいですかね、一緒にいろんな空の世界で過ごしてきているので、我々の手でいよいよ取り戻す時期じゃないかということで立ち上がることにしました。
非常にワクワクしております。さあそれではですね、そんなお三方にいろいろとお話伺っていきたいと思うんですけれども、まずは室谷選手、昨年エアレースがスタートする予定でいましたが、残念ながら開催見送りになってしまいまして、その当時のご自身の率直な心境とかお気持ちとかをお聞かせいただけますか？
そうですね、レース参戦に向けて1年以上前から、2年ぐらい前からですね、もう本格的に準備をしていました。チームを編成して機体をセットアップして改造して、でそれをトレーニングする、パイロットはトレーニングを積み重ねて、レースで勝つためにいろんな準備を積み重ねてきて、いよいよっていうレース行くぞっていうその直前にキャンセルになったので、すごく残念でしたね。本当にがっくり力が抜ける感じの瞬間でした。
いや本当にもうレースがねいつでもできるっていう状態で、ご自身もおっしゃるようにがっくりとした気持ちあったと思うんですけど、その気持ちがこうエアレース新しく立ち上げるぞ自分たちでっていう風な気持ちにつながっていったんですかね。
はい、僕自身もそうだし、ここにいるマット、ピートももちろんそうだし、その他のパイロットたちもみんな同じ状況だったと思います。 でレースねいつか再開されるだろうということでみんなこう待っていましたけれども、その後もなかなか進展がないので、我々の手でこのムーブメントを起こそうじゃないかということで、意気投合して今日に至ってきています。
なるほど。そんなねムーブメントで意気投合したお二人にもちょっとお話を伺っていきたいなと思うんですけど。So Matt, a question for you. Unfortunately, the Air Race series was cancelled last year. How was that for you, and how did you feel about it at that time?
Obviously, it was very disappointing, especially since we were going to be racing at our hometown here in Australia. But I guess when I looked at it, I realised that I got into racing because of legendary pilots such as Peter Besnier and Paul Bonham making the race happen. So when I look back at my career of being a Top Gun pilot through to the 2019 Red Bull Air Race World Champion, I realised I had to be one of the pilots that stepped forward and brought something back to life. We've obviously been working on our aircraft to make it fast, but we're also trying to train some new pilots so that there's a long-term plan for when I get too old to race. And in fact, we've trained a female pilot, Emma McDonald, and another one of my pilots from the Air Force, much the same as Yoshi starting his Air Race Academy at the moment. So it's not just about racing this year; it's about racing well into the future.
Honestly, it's been a long 4 years. I miss the air race very much. We do a lot to stay busy training and flying and practicing, but ultimately we're athletes and sportsmen and competitors, and we want to be racing and in that field of play. I want to be racing against Matt and Yoshi, not just flying with them. So that's the part that has been the longest wait, I think.
The next question is, how did you feel about this new series when you first heard about it?
Yeah, teeing in with that long wait, and there's been some potential opportunities come up over the last few years that obviously raise a certain amount of excitement, and we're always excited to have an opportunity to race, and I feel the same here. And it's also something that I think is exciting, how we can integrate a little bit of a newer level of technology and opportunity to explore that and really spread this in a sustainable way across the globe and get back to competing not only locally but internationally against the best pilots in the world.
What would you like to do for the new series? What do you think is your part of it, the role?
Other than winning, no, I'd like to, for sure a big thing is I think to bring in the top talent, and it goes back to making it a serious sport and competition, and for that we need the best pilots and the best teams. So that's not only the best existing teams from the past, but the best future potential pilots are going to be important, not only to have a good series today but tomorrow. And as Matt and Yoshi are training up tomorrow's pilots, hopefully I'm still around to compete against them, but even me eventually I'm going to have to be ready to take on tomorrow's top pilots. So that's what I'll be focusing on, and I think that's a big thing to make the sport really a top level motorsport.
ちょっと若さをアピールしてますね。
されていらっしゃいましたね。
ちょっと悔しいですね。はい。
Thank you very much. So Yoshi-san, could you give us the details of this new exciting Air Race X series?
Yes, it's already 4 years been last Red Bull Air Race Championship. It's 2019. Then there was a severe attempt to restart the air race.
Yes.
But there is a difficult situation happened that COVID hit the world, and war started in Europe. So there's many things happen not to start the air race. So, but the teams and the pilots are ready at the home base, like us in Fukushima in Japan. The planes are ready and the pilots are ready, and we can race if race happen in here. So then all the other teams are in the same situation. So we're thinking we have to be in one place to do the race in the previous format, but that is need to be the long planning and time
Yes.
and money will be need. So it's not easy to have the race for now. So we think about the different format. That's a digital format. So we are thinking about having dual race format.
Duo.
Yeah, that's the Air Race X. Talking about real round, we call it real round.
Real round, yes.
Yeah, it's a same concept as the Red Bull Air Race was held until 2019.
Yes.
The pylons up, set up in venue. Then fans are encouraged to come to see the pilots live flying and cheering for the teams. That's the excitement. The venue will be set for the people to come. But this is the main goal for us to have in the future. But for now, in this year especially, we are thinking about the digital format.
Digital format.
Yes.
Sounds interesting.
Yes, this is difficult to explain, but that's a new concept.
Yes.
The pilot teams are ready at their own place.
Own place, yes.
Yes. So the racetrack will be distributed from the race officials to the teams. The layout of the tracks will be distributed. Then the teams will set up a track at their own airport.
At their own airport?
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly same track to everyone, to all the teams. And set by ground marking or some small pylons, then pilot can see where to fly.
I see. That
Yeah.
sounds really exciting.
Yeah,
Is it
but-
all in equal condition?
Yes, it's gonna be the equal condition, completely the same track. That technology makes us to make the track exactly the same in anywhere in the world. And the new technology, we can measure the aircraft and flight information very precisely to record to the computer on board to the plane.
That sounds really exciting.
Yes. So the pilot teams have set the track layout at their own place, and the pilots flying in the track. So the many pilots attempt to have the best time possible in their own place, and the flight recording is to the computer, then it be sent to the race officials. Then race officials verify the flight data is valid or not. If there's a penalty, it's gonna be deleted. So race officials check it, and the data will be displayed on leaders board on the website. So this is a race week.
I see. The fans would be really excited to see that online.
Yes. So it's gonna be about like a week long race week going on. Then the pilots attempt the best flights possible. Then the last 2-3 days.
2-3 days.
Yeah, the data will be kept secret.
Oh, it's a secret.
Yeah, so it didn't show up on the leaders board, and only the race official watching the flight data times. Then the race official will make a 45-minute live program for race day. So the last day, race final day,
The final day of the race, yeah.
the spectator will watch the live program, 45 live program. Then they see unfold the race result.
I see. So the
Yeah.
last 2-3 days, the fans would be guessing who
Yeah.
went the fastest.
Yes.
Oh, that's really exciting.
And adding on that, we have a technology to make it augmented reality. So at the host city, the plane, the people, spectator can watch the live program.
In the host city.
Yeah, but also they can watch the augmented reality, the planes flying in front of you.
Wow. Like a virtual kind
Yeah.
of situation.
Yes. So it is about the same situation when you go to the real race. You know, you're watching the TV screen, how the race is going.
Yes.
And watching the real plane flying in front of you.
Wow, that must be amazing.
So we make it by augmented reality to the host city. So that being said, you know, we can fly in everywhere.
Everywhere around the world.
Yeah, it depends on the host city, but we can set up the track layout fit to the town of the host city. So the track layout here, if we set up the track here,
Here in Fukushima?
yeah,
Yes.
if we, the host city will be some town,
Yes, somewhere else.
somewhere else. So the track layout will be fit to the town layout.
Wow, so it can be in big cities.
Yes.
That is so exciting.
So middle of the town, in front of the, you know, the crowd, big crowd, we can do race, we can actual flight in here, but the people at the town can spectate the live flying by augmented reality.
Big towns in Tokyo, Europe, everywhere around the world.
So we can do race in Tokyo, Sydney, Toronto, anywhere in the world.
That is amazing. So Matt, Pete, in the digital round, where do you think will you be flying from? Can I ask to each of you? So Matt, how about you?
Well, you'd expect actually Australia, but I'm not exactly sure where I'm going to be and where my plane will be in October. But the great thing about this is this concept is I can be in Australia and race against Yoshi and Pete, or if my plane happens to be in America where I am, I can still race against Yoshi and Pete on the same day. It doesn't actually matter where I am.
Yeah, I'll probably be in Canada at the home base where we keep the airplanes, assuming it's not frozen winter. But it is exciting to know that you've got the options to be anywhere. And not only that, but at the same time, basically, while I'm, say, racing in Canada, I'll be racing against, Yoshi probably there in Japan. And Matt, wherever he chooses to be, I think he's going to look for the fastest track.
The flight data is, superimposed to the digital world.
Yes.
Then combined with the augmented reality, then people can see like this. So it's going to be quite new challenge.
Very new.
It's going to be, maybe interesting to watch.
Thank you very much, Yoshi-san.
Okay. And for the future,
yes.
we are aiming to have a World Championship series in 2025.
25.
Yes. And so it means 2024, we are going to have some several rounds.
Okay.
Both digital and the real.
Oh, 2 races, the duo.
Not 2, several races.
Oh, separate races, okay.
Both format. And this year, 2023, we're going to have a digital round at the October 15th.
This year, in October.
Somewhere.
Somewhere. Details are still coming up.
Yeah. We're going to answer more details on August.
In August, yes.
Yeah. Then we are preparing for everything until 15th of October.
We will be looking forward to it. Thank you very much, Yoshi-san. それではここからのお時間はですね、本日ご来場いただいている皆様とオンラインでご参加をされている皆様よりご質問をお受けしたいと思います。
本日こうして新たな ARSX が立ち上がろうとしています。この一大イベントに臨むモチベーションであったり原動力、あとは意気込みですね、改めてお聞かせいただけますでしょうか。
最初に述べたように我々パイロットであり我々飛びたいという思いが非常に強いんですけれども、その中でレースを立ち上げるっていうのは、我々パイロットの仕事では本来多分ないはずなんですけれども、でも我々の先代もそういうことで立ち上げてきたということで振り返ってみて、我々もレジェンド、僕とマットはレジェンド世代に入ってきている中で、我々もこうやって次の世代に向けてやるべきだよねという思いが共感を生んできたところはあります。何よりやっぱりね、飛びたい、レースしたい、まだまだいけるぜと思っているところもあるので、その思いをね達成する場を自分らで作っていこうじゃないかという思いだけで今進んでいる、 感じですね。
So this new series, Air Race X series, it's such a big event that we're really, really excited about. But we would like to ask, what is the motivation for you? What is your aim for this new series?
Well, I know Pete's going to say win, so I better get in first. But for me, I've had a fantastic career in aviation. And while I want to race again, I also want to establish something that has a long future for young pilots to aim at and to have the ability to get in and use aviation as their career and as their motivation to go out there and win world championships. So the long-term plan is actually my motivation.
So Pete, same question to you.
Yeah, 18 years ago or so, I was one of those young pilots that Matt's talking about. I saw the Red Bull Air Race and fell in love with it, and it changed my life, and I set myself on a direction to do that. I think that personally to me has a big impact. Of course, it's part of my life, but the legacy that sport and how it ties in with aviation left, and that really is the overarching thing that I think we all believe in here, is to continue with the legacy. It's driven by passion to fly and to compete, and the cool sport that we get to do, and the support of the fans and sponsors and all the people that love it. But a big part of it is stepping up to try to maintain what was once so great. I think can be that great again.
Thank you very much. シリーズ全体についてデジタルラウンドの競技の場合、エアレースでは天候、気温、風などの現地ならではのファクターが影響すると思うんですが、どのようにイコールコンディションを調整するのでしょうかとのことです。
鋭い質問ですね。
本当ですね。はい。
そうなんです。そこがまさに我々としてもポイントで、どうやってすごく真剣なクレディブルなモータースポーツにしていくかということは課題です。ただですね、我々長年のレース経験から気温、湿度、標高、空気密度、いろんなもののデータから、フライトするトラックのタイムっていうのはかなり精密に予測ができます。ということはそれらのファクターを計算に入れて、その差が物理的にどれぐらい出るかということは、ほぼ計算ができています。それが0.1秒、0.2秒ぐらいの間で今計算は十分できてるんですけど、これらの精度をぐっと縮めていくことで十分な競技、としての成立するレベルまで持っていけると思っていますので、この辺はまだ、今現在テスト中なのでもう少し詰めていく段階ですけど、そういった形を経てイーブンなコンディションでレースができるように設定をしていく予定です。
If you're going to fly in your home country, are you thinking about doing an event during the flying? How about you, Matt?
Yeah, for sure. I think people still want to see the planes live whenever they can, and because we're going to be flying the planes, I think it makes sense that we advertise it and let people come and watch the actual flying occur. And I think it adds another dimension. Whenever you can see, it's like watching a movie be filmed. You watch the initial parts, and then to see the final production, you feel special that you witnessed the creation of it.
It's great to have that interaction. I think, as I said, the passion of the fans is important to us, and a big driver of the overall sport and part of the atmosphere. So if we can maximize that, that's always great. We don't have details and plans finalized yet for it, but of course the focus will be on the flying initially, and the more we can activate that and have everyone participate, the better.
ここでレースウィークとして長い期間ね、1週間ぐらい飛行機を飛び続けますので、いろんな人に訪れてもらえるかなと思っています。で、さっきのプレゼンテーションで説明しなかったんですけど、ここで見る分にはですね、逆にパイロンとか他の機体のフライトっていうのは AR を通して、ここでは実機とその AR を重ねてみることも、技術的には可能なので、そういった新しい そのレースウィークの実機を見るときの観戦方式っていうのはまた違った楽しみ方が提供できると思っていますので、そういう形でお客様がここに来てまた違う形で楽しめる環境を作りたいと思っています。
この大会、後進を育てるということも大きな意味があるとおっしゃっていました。室谷選手、この次の世代のパイロットを育てるという意味で室谷先生が今考えていることお話しいただけたらそちらも合わせてお願いいたします。
Could you please use this opportunity to reach out to the other players, pilots on this video? Could you give a message? Can you reach out to them? Matt, from you, please.
Yeah, to all my air race community, all my mates that I've raced with in the past. Join in, sign in. It's going to be just as much fun as we've always had, and it's going to be just as competitive as well. So don't miss out.
Pete, you too, please.
Yeah, hey everyone. Looking forward to getting back in the track and racing against each other. So make sure you practice up and bring your best game, and we'll have a bunch of fun. And the only challenge we've got to figure out with this whole racing in different spots around the world is the after party issue. So we'll figure it out though.
はい、そうですね。もう他のパイロットたちにはもうすでにこういう情報は流れているので、ぜひ参戦してもらいたいなと思っています。で、後進の育成についてはちょうど先週に情報スタートしたんですけど。レースパイロットにならないかということで、これは5年間かけてのプログラムということで、ゼロからスタートしてかなりステップを速くして育てていくプログラムをスタートしようとしています。だいたい10年ぐらいかかるキャリアとして10年ぐらいかかる工程なんですけれども、それを半分ぐらいで進めていこうと考えていますので、そういうやる気のある若者が応募してくれるのを心待ちにしていますので、それ4月の後半からスタートして、まずは1年目は免許を取得すると、操縦免許を取得するというところでチャレンジしていきますので、そちらも注目いただけたらなと思います。
So the question is to both of you, Matt, Pete, building a new air race series with Yoshi-san, is there a certain part that you're responsible of? So Matt, how about you?
Yes, I'm. I've been involved in an incident in air racing, and there's back when in 2010 where things were a little bit being pushed reasonably hard. So I've got a passion now for making sure that air racing is safe, and that's for the people that are involved at the time. It's for the friends and the families. It's for the host cities, but it's also for the future race pilots to know that they're getting into something that is actually safe. So that's where my focus is and my role is in the development of the new series.
Pete, how about you? What do you think is your role?
Yeah, I've got a pretty strong interest in the sporting side on the rules, regulations, technical, sporting, that side. And I think that's an area where we've got a well-established track record, but we can always make that better and continually need to tweak that in the sport to make sure we've got a great field of competition for the skilled pilots to compete against each other, but also something very entertaining and understandable and relatable for fans. And that's something that we'll always be continuing to push to improve on both ends.
Thank you very much. 皆様どうぞマット・ホール選手、ピート・マクロード選手へ今一度大きな拍手をお送りいただければと思います。Matt, Pete, thank you very much for joining us today. It was a wonderful time. Thank you. Hoping to see you all soon.
Thank you, everybody. Thanks for having us.
Thank you. Thank you.
村井選手、ありがとうございました。